They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick 6. Got his man, it's Eifert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. It's just me and you. It's just me.
Now Trubisky to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he finds Parker here, complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Put up, 180. Don't get nervous.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's got the hook up with Conley. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From midfield down, here's Trubisky. And Eifert has it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Trubisky now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Complete to Bryant. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The linebacker Darius Leonard applied the heat. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To try again after the sack, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Keep it up, guys.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
What now? 280. Come on, come on. Shift.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Derrick Henry takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now, 180. Check. Tight left. 40.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Down. 185. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
From midfield, here's Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
That's track. Check it back. 2. 29.
Throwing again. Carr. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. It's caught by Bryant. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Let's make these babies.
They'll run it here. This is James White. Down right around the 25. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
180! Mike 58, right there. And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ran, top. Hey, 58's the mic. Well, 58's the mic. Hey, D-line.
Now Trubisky on first down. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Second and 6 at the 17-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Trubisky will throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll try and run it with White. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. To throw on third down. Carr trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check 24, check 24.
Henry out of the pistol. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Hey, Haywood! 52. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. Trying to get it to Landry there. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On first down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They're running the jet sweep here to Parker. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Conley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Titans take over.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
What now? You ready? Hey, Raider 2. Go, go, go. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Rap.
On 3rd down, Carr. He's going to launch this thing. What? And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
First down, Titans.
Now. 180. 180. We're good. 180. That's up.
Carr. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll toss it to Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Monday, down. You ready? 29. 51 the mic, boy. 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The kick by McManus is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun handoff to Henry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On 2nd and 9. Carr going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Carr. And Adams has it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. Just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here.
6:37. 52's the mark, boy. 52. Here we go, G.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
45-yard line.
Right here. Down. 180. 50 with it. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
To throw, it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
You're mine.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Going deep here for Landry. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more, as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, he's going to let one go deep for Parker. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Devontae Parker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
180. Mike, 58, right there. There's a party now. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 16-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Trubisky buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Taco Charlton. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. On 3rd down, Johnson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. Third down here.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. To throw on third down. Carr looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
At the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Mike, what now? You want anything? It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
You got 4.
On third down, Carr. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Try to punch it in with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Here's Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40. 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kerryon Johnson, 93 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Everyone got 4 down.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Throwing here, Trubisky. This is White on the screen. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen get when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
I'm coming.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught here by Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
And the Titans first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day.
Throwing again. Carr. He sets to fire deep. That's caught at the 25. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Silver, ain't no way. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
To throw again. Carr. Steps away to his left. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing again. Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Landry again the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
2 incompletions haven't moved them any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. From the gun, Carr. Going to go down, sacked right around the 17. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Later one. 951. You remember me? You remember me?
Carr going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. He was looking for Landry that time. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The busy night continues for Johnson. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Johnson. He'll have another first down and more. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Check. 18. 54. Hey, pick your game up.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Yeah, we don't want none.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
March by 4. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.